Hey everybody, welcome to Home with the Halsteads and welcome to my kitchen. I have a question for you. Do you ever have cravings? I certainly do. And one of the things that I crave most often is chocolate. So today I'm going to make a rich chocolate coconut pie. And I want you to come into my kitchen and make it with me. I'm starting out with 4 ounces of German sweet chocolate. 4 ounces of German sweet chocolate, 1/2 stick of butter, which is 1/4 of a cup of butter. I'm using a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 12-ounce can evaporated milk. I'm using 3 eggs, 3 eggs. I'm using 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of sugar, and 1 1/3 cups of sweetened coconut. 1 1/3 cups of sweetened coconut. And I'm using a pre-made pie crust today. You know, I don't have time to make homemade pie crust, even though I love homemade pie crust. But this is a pre-made deep dish 9-inch unbaked pie crust. So let's get started and we'll come in close and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to make it. I have preheated my oven to 380 degrees. My recipe calls for 400 degrees, but my oven bakes fast, it bakes hot, and so I have knocked mine back today to 380 degrees. I could probably cook it on 375. But let's get started, and the first thing that we're going to do is to combine our chocolate. And I just wanted to show you this again. This is Baker's German Sweet Chocolate. And I'm not advertising for Baker's, but that's what the recipe calls for, and it's a very good product. So I'm just going to take the chocolate. It comes in a bar like this. And I'm going to break it up and put it in this saucepan. Just like that. And then I'm going to add our 1/2 stick of butter to the chocolate. I'm going to take this over to the stove and on medium-low heat I'm going to melt together the chocolate and the butter. I have melted our chocolate and our butter together, and now I'm going to add my sugar. When I make brownies or I make anything where I have to heat the chocolate and melt it, I like to add my sugar while the chocolate is hot because it helps to dissolve it and it won't be grainy. Sometimes, or in the past, I have actually made some dishes, and when it was done, I could taste the grains, the sugar grains, and so this helps to dissolve that sugar and so that it won't taste grainy. Now I've got the sugar incorporated. Now I'm going to add the carnation milk, and I'm going to change over and use a whisk as I add the milk. Just going to whisk this in. Just pouring the milk in, whisking it around, and I'm going to take my little spatula, go around the edges. Even though I'm using a whisk, it does settle around the edges. So we're just mixing that really well. And I'm going to set this aside. Next, I'm going to whisk our eggs. And you're probably going to see a little chocolate in these eggs because I'm using the same whisk. But if you do, that's what it is. I'm just kind of whisking these, beating these before we add it to our mixture. Now I'm going to add the eggs to the mixture, to the milk, sugar, butter, chocolate. and continue mixing that. We're almost finished. This is such a quick and easy recipe, and it's delicious too. Now we're ready to add our coconut. I have a cup and 1/3 of coconut. And at this point, I'm going to grab a spoon and just stir it around. The reason I like to use a spoon is because the coconut gets on the whisk and it's kind of hard to get off, and I don't want to leave any on the whisk. Okay, there's our pie mixture. Now, let's pour it in our pie crust. Our pie is ready to go in the oven. I'm going to cook it for 30 minutes and I'll be back. Okay, our pie is done. It's ready to come out of the oven. I cooked it for an hour. Remember, I told you that I turned my heat back rather than cooking it on 400 degrees. I cooked it on 380 and it did take an hour, but it's done. I'm gonna touch it. It's jiggly. You can tell that it's done. So now I'm going to take it out of the oven, let it cool, and then we'll slice it and taste it. Our pie is out of the oven. It is ready to cut. It's cool. It's still just a little warm. And as I said, we can serve it with Cool Whip. We can eat it plain, or we can serve it with ice cream. And guess what I'm having? You guessed it. I'm having ice cream on mine. Okay, let's see if we can get this out of here. Let me get a little spatula here to get it started. And you know, the pie crust, it breaks a lot of times on the edges, but that's okay too. Oh, yum. Look at that. Look at that. See that coconut right there? Now, let's put some ice cream on top of it. Get a spoon to get that out. Oh my goodness. That's going to be so good. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I could put a cherry, or I could put some shaved chocolate, or I can eat it just like it is. Thank you for joining me in my kitchen today. Thank you for helping me to make this rich chocolate coconut pie. I know it's going to be really good. I hope you'll make one real soon. And also don't forget to share, like, and comment on our videos. So let's taste this pie. I've got this ice cream and it's melting. There you go. Can you see it? Every time I come over here, I know I'm smiling really big because I know I'm going to get something to eat. Here we go. That coconut is so good, and that chocolate. You'll have to try this one. That is so delicious. I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye-bye.